let's talk about attachment energy. So everybody understands now, I believe, if you've been watching this stuff on my channel, it's all about frequency. Everything comes down to a frequency. And we are energetic in a sense. We are resonating sympathetically with the energies and frequencies around us, and everything carries a frequency. We also have an electromagnetic field, which reaches 5 to 6 feet in all directions, up, down, and all around, right? And in that energetic field, we can have soft spots, or I think of them kind of like a bruise, it's like a bruise, or it's actually what I think is maybe some sort of shadow energy from something that's burned out, like some sort of particle or something here that has died out in your energetic frequency, or became dissonant and left a kind of stain or bruise, like I said. You can feel these frequencies when you run a tuning fork through someone's energetic field. And in some places, you can hear the tuning fork go off key. It makes a funny sound when it hits that frequency. And if you bring that tuning fork up against that frequency and you just push it through and push it out, it seems as if you can kind of clear up that dissonance that's hanging in the electromagnetic field. Now, you might say, what causes something to create a spot, let's call it, or a bruise in your electromagnetic field? And what that would be is any kind of trauma, any kind of thing that has been, impactful to you, may have created such a chemical reaction within your own body that you may have literally had your whole frequency and electromagnetic field affected by the situation. It could have been outside and inside forces that kind of created that. And I found that, people, adults that have suffered like childhood trauma, or even people that have been in accidents, have some sort of stain or bruise out there in that electromagnetic field. And I feel like it creates a vulnerability. And that vulnerability is to other frequencies that we find to be dissonant. And it kind of brings us to the topic of attachments, dark energy attachments. I have a hard time discussing it because, first of all, I don't like to bring it up. I don't like to talk about them in that sense, but we need to understand them, so we're going to talk about them briefly. And when I talk about them, these energies are protected, and you're protected, and nothing should come through. And I do believe there are dark energy forces, frequencies that use our husks, our bodies, as these tuning forks for their frequency, and that is how they get in, is through our weaknesses in our electromagnetic field, and our unawareness, our oblivion that we live in, just totally unaware that these things are even happening. All those things make us susceptible to whatever those frequencies are out there that want to take advantage. And I think that, when you've seen people that are really, really down and out, and they're really, really far down, they may have a drug addiction or something like that. These things are attachment energies. There's something that happened to that individual that created an opening for this frequency and for them to become resonant with that frequency. And so it kind of appears that, if you think about channels or even possession, it's very much in the realm of that, what is happening among people, and always has, right? And that may be explanation for why when some people rise to certain levels of power, they just can't help but be corrupted, because the energies are so heavy and they're pounding in on their energetic field and on their frequency constantly. So people in powerful position needs to be aware of this to be able to maintain their frequency and to know how to manage those energies. And so do people that are not in powerful positions, because we need to maintain our energy and keep it clear as well, and push that energy back, because we can be resonating with that frequency And it can feel good to us in some way. Haven't you ever just been so mad that, you're just saying stuff and getting mad and just venting made you feel better, and it just like, you just drive on that. That's that frequency. And if it's there and you recognize it, just say, hang on a minute, that is not my frequency. That is, some other frequency that is getting in on this, very sensitive, body of mine. Your body is pretty much primarily water. Your brain is like over 80% water. Your body is over 65% water. So you are literally just resonating with all the frequencies around. So be aware of those and be in control of your frequency. Try to, work with that energetic field. Be aware of it and how it reaches out and what you're putting out there in your energy, because like all of that stuff that we feel is coming out of us, and it is resonating in the energies around us and affecting other people in our lives. So, you can look at it as dark as you want to, and I'm thinking it's probably appropriate to, because I think it is a very malevolent energy that has no good to offer you. And so what you have to learn to do is get it clear. And when you recognize yourself moving into that dissonant frequency, even if it feels good, just pull back and say, that's not where I want to be. That's not my frequency. And there are several tricks that you can use in order to change your frequency if it's difficult to just switch your mind. And, one of those is that go-to thought that I talk about in my Rules for Resonance. If you haven't watched that, watch that. Another thing is through sound. I'm a sound therapist, so of course I'm going to recommend sound. Sound is one of the most powerful and healing things that we have. And so if you have, some very uplifting music or something that's upbeat, something that's going to put you in a good mood, you want to put that on the radio or put that on your headphones or whatever, and just relax and try to change that frequency through the sound. Another way is to change your environment. Go outside, get a little bit of sunlight. If that irritates you, go somewhere else, change your environment, whatever it needs to be changed to that's going to make you feel a difference, and something that's going to be in a better frequency than what you may be in currently. And that environment change is such a powerful thing. And then if you can, dip your hands in some water, dip your feet in some water, take a shower, take a bath, wash away the frequency that you may be feeling. It just let it go with the water as it pours off your body. So I have lots of recommendations for how to clear your energy, how to kind of bring yourself into better frequency through the videos on my channel. I hope that you'll go check them out, see if there's something there that will help you. And I'm going to be making lots more as we move into the future. So I hope this video helped you in some way. I wish you all the very best. Take care.